Friends, welcome to the channel JAIIB and CIB Made Simple. Friends, this is our PPB October 24 memory based question with explanation session. Friends, जो भी क्वेश्चन है हम पूछा गया था अक्टूबर 2024 के एग्जामिनेशन में, उसको मैं आपको समझाऊंगा। वो मेमोरी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है और लगभग पूरा का पूरा सेट है 100 क्वेश्चन का, जो कि इस पीडीएफ में अवेलेबल है। चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं हम लोग अपने पहले क्वेश्चन के साथ। लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन। सो दैट इज द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन वी हैव, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट अ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स और एप्लीकेशन ऑफ चैटबॉट। सो क्वेश्चन इज, इनमें से कौन सा चैटबॉट का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स या एप्लीकेशन नहीं है, राइट? So let's go through the option. The first option say that chatbot simulate human speech for conversational purpose. Option number B, creating chatbot require highly specialized programming skill. Option number C, chatbot use artificial intelligence, voice recognition and natural language processing. And option number D, virtual assistant like Siri and Cortana are example of chatbot. So first of all, let's read the option number A. Option number A says that chatbot simulate human speech for conversational purpose. Is it true? Yes, chatbot are designed to talk like human and respond naturally. For example, when you visit a website, suppose you visit any website, right? So you visit a website and you might see a small chat window pop up, right? In this side you see a chat window pop up immediately. How can I help you today? That is a chatbot trying to mimic a human conversation, right? So this is correct. The question is regarding incorrect, remember it. Now option number B says that so since chatbot do simulate human speech, so option A is correct. Option number B says creating chatbot require highly specialized programming skill. See, is it true? No, the statement is actually false. That is why this is the correct answer to this question, because earlier only expert programmer could develop chatbot, but today platform like ChatGPT, Google Dialogflow and Microsoft Bot Framework allow anyone to create a chatbot with minimal coding knowledge. So you don't need to be a coding expert to build a chatbot. Many tools now use a drag and drop interface, making chatbot development easy for everyone. So since this statement is false, so option B is the correct answer, right? Now what about option number C? Chatbot use AI, voice recognition and NLP. Is it true? Yes, modern chatbot rely on advanced technology like AI. AI is artificial intelligence, which helps chatbot learn and improve responses over the time. Then we have voice recognition, which allow voice based assistant like Alexa to understand command. Then we have NLP, that is called natural language processing, which means help chatbot understand human language. So for example, when you say, hey Google, play some music, your virtual assistant understand and follow the command because of the natural language processing, that is called NLP. So since chatbot using AI, voice recognition and NLP, that is why option number C is correct. And option D says that virtual assistant like Siri and Cortana are example of chatbot. Is it true? Yes, Cortana, Alexa, Google Assistant, these are the advanced chatbot. They are not only chat but also perform tasks like setting alarms, searching the web and even telling jokes. So if you ask Siri what is the weather like today, it will reply with an accurate weather forecast, just like a human assistant would. So since Siri and chatbots are chatbots, so option number D is correct. So what we learned from this question, that chatbot mimic human speech to create conversation, right? And you don't need advanced technology, advanced programming skill to create a chatbot anymore, and chatbot rely on AI, voice recognition and NLP. Siri, Cortana are all example of chatbot, right? So I hope this make you concept clearer regarding this question. Let's see the second question. आइए second question को देखते हैं। डायमंड डॉलर अकाउंट के बारे में कौन सा कथन गलत है? Which statement is wrong regarding the diamond dollar account? Let's go through the option. So this question was asked. The first option say that DDA account can only be opened by firms and company that meet the foreign trade policy eligibility criteria of the government of India. Option B says DDA account allow the realization of export proceed and sales in USD, including pre and post shipment finance. Option C says DDA account permit interest earning on the fund maintained in them. Option D say payment for purchasing rough cut and polished diamond can be made from DDA account and fund can be transferred to a rupee account. So let's analyze each option one step by step. Option A says DDA account can only be opened by firm and company that meet the foreign trade policy eligibility criteria of government of India. Is it true? Yes. It is absolutely true. Why? Because not everyone can open a diamond dollar account. Only firms and companies that meet the eligibility criteria set by the government of India, foreign trade policy, can open such account. For example, imagine a business selling jewelry in India. Even though they deal with diamond, they cannot open a DDA account unless they qualify under the government trade rule. So qualification under the government trade policy is very much necessary, right? So that is why not everyone can open a DDA account. Only firm and company that meets the eligibility criteria set by the government, they can open. So this is incorrect. Option number B says DDA account allow the realization of export proceed and sale in USD, including pre and post shipment finance. Is it true? Yes, because this is true, because business that export diamond or diamond jewelry can use their DDA account to receive payment in US dollar. So they can use DDA account to receive payment in dollar. This account also support pre-shipment. What is the meaning of pre-shipment? Pre-shipment means you get finance. Pre-shipment finance means you get finance before shipping, and post-shipment finance means you get finance after shipping, right? For example, suppose a diamond exporter in India send shipment to USA. So suppose this is India diamond exporter. He sent his shipment to USA, right? So the buyer in USA pay them in dollar, right? So buyer in USA pay them in dollar, and this amount can be deposited directly to their DDA account. So DDA account allow USD transaction for exporting and financing. So option B is the correct one. Option C says that a DDA account permit interest earning on the fund maintained in them. So is this true? No, it is not true, right? Because DDA account are non-interest bearing current account. You must remember it. This is a type of current account, and current account are always non-interest bearing, right? This means that even if a company keep money in this DDA account, it will not earn any interest. Think of a regular saving account where you earn interest on the amount you deposit, but a DDA account does not work like that. It does not give any interest, right? And option D says payment for purchasing rough cut and polished diamond can be made from DDA account and fund can be transferred to a rupee account. Is it true? Yes, it is true. That business that deal with diamond can use their DDA account to buy rough cut or polished diamond. For example, a diamond trader in India, he can purchase rough diamond from an international supplier. They can directly pay in US dollar from their DDA account instead of converting fund from INR. So what we learned from this question, that so question was which one is incorrect, right? So which is incorrect? Obviously option number 1 is also correct, right? So option number C is the correct here. Which is incorrect? Option number C is incorrect. That is our correct answer here, right? So what we learned from this question, because देखिए सवाल का मैं आपको हर एक ऑप्शन को इसलिए समझाता हूँ क्योंकि मान लीजिए कि अगली बार सवाल कुछ और चीज़ से पूछ दिया, कैसा अकाउंट होता है डीडी, आपको पता चला ना करंट अकाउंट होता है, आपसे पूछेगा कि क्या पोस्ट शिपमेंट प्री शिपमेंट कर सकते हैं, बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं आप, राइट? तो अब आइए इसमें क्या लर्निंग है उसको एक बार देखते हैं. लेट्स सी. डीडीए अकाउंट अलाउ पेमेंट फॉर डायमंड परचेज एंड फंड ट्रांसफर टू अ रूपी अकाउंट. Right, so you can make payment for diamond purchase and you can fund transfer to a rupee account. So these are the 4 points which we must keep in mind. Now let's move over to the next question, which is regarding the EFC account, exchange earner foreign currency account. So friends, question is which of the following statement about the EFC account is incorrect? So which is wrong? This has been asked. Option A say EFC account can be created with 100% of the foreign exchange earning such as inward remittance, professional fee and counter trade payment. Option B, the fund in an EFC account can be used to pay custom duty as per export import policy. Option C, withdrawal in rupees from EFC account can be recredited to the account if unused. Option D, EFC account are non-interest bearing and fund based credit facility cannot be granted against these balances. So friends, these are the options provided before you. First try to answer it yourself. पहले आप खुद से ट्राई कीजिए. ऑप्शन ए की बात करते हैं तो EFC account can be created with 100% of the foreign exchange earnings such as inward remittance, professional fee and counter trade payment. Is it true? Yes, it is true. Because what does this mean? An EFC account allow exporter and professional to keep their earning in foreign currency, so that they can keep the earning in foreign currency, right? This they allow, right, instead of converting them into Indian rupees immediately. So this account can be credited with 100% of the earning received in foreign exchange. So 100% of the earning can be in the foreign exchange. This is one of the peculiarity of EFC account. So such as money can be received from international clients, that is inward remittance, that is some fee earned by professional for services rendered abroad, and we have payment received from. So this is another thing, right? Payment received from counter trade transaction, that is called counter trade payment, like barter like trade in foreign exchange. For example, let's take an example. Suppose a software developer in India provides services to a company in USA. So suppose this is software developer, right? He provides services to a company in USA, right? So and receive payment in dollar. So instead, and he receive payment in dollar, right? So instead of converting into INR right away, they can keep it in their EFC account. So they don't convert this USD into INR right away, rather they keep in their EFC account, right? So this is the peculiarity. That's why option is correct. Option B is saying fund in an EFC account can be used to pay custom duty as per the export import policy. Is it true? Yes, it is true. What does that mean? That business that import good must pay custom duty to the government. Instead of converting foreign currency into rupee first, they can directly use EFC fund to pay custom duty under the exim policy. Let's take an example. Imagine an exporter who imports some raw material. Right, so suppose this is an importer, and what he did, he imports some raw material. If they have USD in their EFC account, so suppose this importer has dollar in their EFC account, they can directly pay custom duty for import without converting into INR. That is the point. So since EFC fund can be used to pay custom duty, option B is correct. Now option C, withdrawal in the rupee from EFC account can be recredited to the account if unused. Is it true? No, it is not true. It is not true. Right? Why? Because this is incorrect, which make this is the correct answer for this MCQ. Because you know that when someone withdraw money from EFC account in INR, it cannot be put back into EFC account. मान लीजिए कोई EFC account से INR में पैसा निकाल लेता है, उसको वापस आप EFC account में नहीं डाल सकते. For example, suppose an exporter. So suppose this is an exporter and he withdraw 10 lakh from the EFC account. So he withdraw 10 lakh from this EFC account to make a payment. If they later realize they did not need to use that money, they cannot deposit their money back to the EFC account. It must remain in INR. So what we learned, once foreign currency is converted to INR, it cannot be go back into the EFC account. And since this statement is correct, that is why this is correct answer of our question. Now let's see option number D, which says that EFC account are non-interest bearing account and fund based credit facility cannot be granted against this balance. What is it correct? Yes, EFC account is a non-interest bearing. You don't get any interest. This means even if someone keep a large sum in the EFC account, they will earn no interest on it. Right. Additionally, the bank do not offer loan or credit facility against EFC balance. For example, in a regular saving account, bank pay interest on the balance, but in an EFC account there is no such benefit. So this option is correct. So what we learned from this question, so option number C is the correct higher answer here. So this question is very important to learn something. We have learned that EFC account allow 100% foreign exchange earning to be credited, including inward remittance, professional fee and counter trade payment. This is the first point which we have understood. The second key point is that fund from EFC account can be used to pay custom duty. Here you have seen we can pay the custom duty using the fund from EFC account as per the exim policy. And once INR is withdrawn, once you have withdrawn the INR, they cannot be recredited. This is the right. So this is incorrect, right? So withdrawal in but when withdrawn the amount cannot be recredited to the EFC account. This is incorrect, right? And EFC account do not earn interest and loan cannot be taken against them. So you should remember all these points. These are the important point to remember. Now let's see the next question. Question number 3. In context of registered trust, which of the following is typically not associated with 15% or more interest or effective control over the trust? So this question was regarding the trust. So friends, option A say author, trustee, beneficiary and auditor. Now let's analyze each option step by step. First option say author. Is it true? Author, you know, author is called the settler of the trust. So we can call the author as the settler of the trust, right? So friends, author also called settler is the person who create the trust. Means this is the person who is entrusted with creating the trust. So they decide what asset will be placed in the trust and how they should be used. For example, imagine you want to set aside some property for your children education. You create a trust and transfer your land into it, right? So here you are the author, you are the settler because you created the trust and contributed the asset, right? So since the author plays a key role in establishing the trust, they usually have a significant interest or control over it. So this is correct, right? Not, यहाँ ध्यान दीजिएगा, not पूछा गया. Which of the following part is not typically asserted? Trustee. Who is trustee? Is it true? Yes. Who is a trustee? Trustee is the person or entity responsible for managing the trust and ensuring that assets are used as per the trust objective. They act in the best interest for beneficiary. Suppose you create a trust for your children, but instead of managing it yourself, you appoint your family lawyer as the trustee. They will manage the property, make financial decision, and distribute fund according to your instruction. So since trustee control the trust asset and operation, they can have effective control, especially if they also have a personal stake in the trust. So option B is also correct. Now what about beneficiary? So beneficiary, is it true? Yes. Beneficiary is the person or group that receive benefit from the trust, such as money, property or other asset. For example, if a trust is created for your children, they are the beneficiary. So your child are the beneficiary because for them you have created the trust, right? because they will receive financial support, property or other asset from the asset. So if a beneficiary hold a 15% or more interest in a trust, more share in a trust, they are considered a key stakeholder. So option C is correct. And option D say auditor. This is wrong, because auditor is an independent professional who review the financial record and compliance of the trust. They do not own any part of the trust. For example, suppose a trust managing 10 crore, right? A trust managing 10 crore hires an auditor to check its financial statement and ensure everything is transparent and legal. However, the auditor does not get a share in the trust asset or decision making power. So auditor only check the financial health of the trust but does not have any control or interest in it. So option number D is the correct answer to this particular question, right? So auditor is not associated with the 15% or more interest. I hope it is clear now. So what we have learned? We have learned from this question that author or the settler create the trust. So who create the trust? Remember, see, learning the each and every option is super important, because question can be framed in any way. So just let me remind you that author, or we call it the settler, he create the trust, right? He create the trust. Then trustee manage the trust on the behalf of author, and beneficiary is the person who receive the benefit of the trust, and auditor do not hold ownership or control, right? So that is about this particular question. Now let's move to the next question that we have. Friends, if you are looking for study material for principle and practices of banking, we have a study material available on our app. Our app name is JAIIB and JAIIB Made Simple. And if you want such PDF videos, mock tests, any type of content, feel free to WhatsApp me on this particular number, that is 8292857381. और आपको दोस्तों यदि हमारे 2023 से लेकर अभी तक जो एग्जामिनेशन हुए सभी के प्रीवियस ईयर की रिक्वायरमेंट है, इफ यू रिक्वायर प्रीवियस ईयर फ्रॉम 2023 to till now date, you can WhatsApp me on this particular number. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, which of the following is not a feature of Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, that is DNURM? Which is not a feature? This is the question, right? So option A say promoting poverty reduction by building a strong institution by the poor, for the poor. Then we have ensuring universal social mobilization, particularly through self-help group. Option C say offering revolving fund and investment support for credit need and consumption. Option D say focusing primarily on urban poor household through SHG network. So option A says promoting poverty reduction by building a strong institution for the poor. Is it true? Yes, because one of the main objective of DNRLM is to reduce poverty. This is the main point, poverty reduction. How? By organizing rural poor into self-help group. By organizing rural poor into self-help group, right? So these institutions help them access to loan, training and livelihood. For example, imagine a group of women. So you imagine a group of women in a village who have no financial support, right? So this program that is called DNRLM, this DNRLM helps them save money together and take a small loan to start business. So they can take a small loan to start business like tailoring, daily farming or handicraft. So this is the correct option, not an objective, remember it. Option B say ensuring universal social mobilization, particularly through self-help group. Yes, this is also correct, because what is the meaning of this so-called social mobilization? It means that bringing people together to improve their economic and social condition. So DNRLM aims to include at least one member from every rural poor household in a self-help group. For example, suppose if a village has 200 poor household, right? So this DNRLM will include at least one woman from each family, right? So this way they get their support, training and access to loan to improve their livelihood. Option number C say offering revolving fund and investment support for credit need and consumption. Is it true? Yes. Now the question is, what is this revolving fund? DNRLM provide revolving fund and community investment fund, which we call CIF. What is CIF? CIF stands for Community Investment Fund, right? So basically they provide, this program provide revolving fund and CIF to whom? To SHG. SHG means self-help group, right? Why? Because they can lend money to their member for a small businesses activity, emergency need and day-to-day expense. For example, suppose an SHG received rupees 50,000. Suppose an SHG received 50,000 as an revolving fund. So the group can use this amount to give a small loan to its member for activities like starting a vegetable shop, buying a sewing machine or purchasing raw material for handicraft. So this way. Option number D say focusing primarily on urban poor household through SHG network. Is it true? No. DNRLM is exclusively for rural poor household, not urban poor. It works in village and rural area to improve livelihood, promote SHG and provide financial assistance. So suppose if a woman in a rural village wants to start a dairy farm, she can get support from DNRLM. But if someone in city wants the same support, they can look at other scheme like Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, which is called day NULM, right? For urban there is a different scheme which is called day NULM, right? So which is designed for urban poor household. So what we learn from this question, that day NRLM is for rural poor. So let's conclude the learning from this question, right? So what is the main learning from this question is that day NRLM is help in poverty reduction, it ensures universal social mobilization, and revolving fund management, revolving fund and investment support are provided, and it is always for rural household. This you must remember it. Now the question is, for how long is a patent generally valid, granting exclusive right to the patent owner? How long is it valid? 10 year, 15 year, 20 year, 25 year? Correct answer to this question is 6, that is 20 year. This was just a fact based question, you must remember it, 20 year. Let's move to the next question. Yes, this is the question. When does an NRE account needs to be converted into resident account? Very nice question it is. Let's go through the option. Option A says that when account holder changes their bank. Option B, when account holder become a resident in India. Option C, when account holder visa expire. Option D, when the account holder complete 10 year of account holding. So option A, so when the account holder change their bank, is it true? No, because if an RE account decide to switch from bank A to bank B, it does not affect their residential status or require conversion of the account. For example, Rahul, an NRI living in USA, has an RE account with bank A. He decide to move his account to bank B for better interest rate. So his account again remain NRE as long as he is still an NRI. So this is wrong. Option B say when he become resident of India. Correct. Because as per the FEMA, which is Foreign Exchange Management Act, an NRE account must be converted to resident account when the account holder returns to India. For example, suppose Priya, right? So Priya, she has been living in Canada for last 8 years, right, and her NRE account in India. She decided to move back to India permanently. Now her NRI status should be changed to resident India, so her NRE account must be converted into resident account or an RFC account. So either you can convert into resident account or it can convert into RFC account, resident foreign currency account, right? Option number C say visa expired. This is also wrong, and 10 years is also wrong. So that is why the correct answer to this question is option number B. Quite easy to understand. Let's move to the next one. So next question is, that's very nice question. Which of the following statement is true about the Uday Kotak? Just wait a minute. Uday Kotak committee in the context of corporate governance. Very nice question it is. And business ethics in India. Right. The question is regarding the Uday Kotak committee. Right. So let's go through the option. So option A says that the Uday Kotak committee was set up by SEBI in 1992 to regulate business ethics in India. What do you think? Yes, it is true. No, because Uday Kotak committee was not formed in 1992. Rather, it was set up in 2017, right, by the SEBI, that is Security Exchange Board of India, to enhance corporate governance practice in Indian company. Think of corporate governance as the rules and guidelines. So when we talk about this corporate governance, what it means? It means rules and guidelines. It means rules and guidelines, right, that ensures company act responsibly and fairly. So the Uday Kotak committee was created to suggest better transparency, better accountability and ethical practice. So this committee was formed in 2017. So this option is wrong. Option B say the Uday Kotak committee established by SEBI introduced various recommendations for improving corporate governance practice in India. Is it true? Yes. What does this mean? In 2017 SEBI set up the Uday Kotak committee on corporate governance to recommend better rule for Indian company. So more independent director. So what this committee recommended? That more independent director. It means that ensuring companies have independent decision maker who are not influenced by promoter. And also what does this committee recommended? Separation of CEO and chairperson. So it means that to reduce conflict of interest in management, CEO and chairperson should be separated. Improve transparency and disclosure, right? So these are the recommendation. That means companies should share more information with shareholder. For example, imagine a school where the principal also owns the school and controls everything. If there is no independent body to check decision, corruption could happen. So the Uday Kotak committee recommendation aim to check independent check in corporate business, and that is what he is talking about. Option number C say Uday Kotak committee was responsible for drafting clause 49 of the SEBI listing agreement in 2005. So what do you think? Is it true? Yes. What is this clause 49 of the SEBI listing agreement? This clause, is it true? No, it is not true. It is wrong, because the clause 49 of the SEBI listing agreement it was formulated to establish corporate governance norm for listed company. So this is for listed company, right? It was incorporated for listed company. right? For example, think of clause 49 as the first set of rule for a good corporate governance in India. The Uday Kotak committee came later to improve this rule with a modern update, so this was not responsible. And option D says that Uday Kotak committee focused on creating the first set of guideline for environmental protection. This is also wrong, right? So what did we learn from this question? That Uday Kotak committee was set up in 2017. You must remember this key point, right? Because the question may be repeated in the upcoming examination. So it was set up in 2017. कब सेटअप हुआ था? 2017 में सेटअप हुआ था. क्यों सेटअप हुआ था? बेटर ट्रांसपेरेंसी, इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर और स्ट्रॉन्ग ऑडिट प्रैक्टिस के लिए. और क्लॉज 49 इन्होंने ड्रॉप नहीं किया था क्योंकि ना ही इन्होंने इन्वायरमेंटल इशू पे वर्क किया था, राइट? सो आई होप दिस मेक योर कंसेप्ट क्रिस्टल क्लियर. लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन that were asked in the previous year. The next question is regarding which of the following statement best describe the characteristics of mesh topology. Mesh topology के characteristics को कौन सा statement best describe करता है? Option A is saying in mesh topology devices are connected in star-like arrangement. Option B, mesh topology connects each device to every other device. Option C, mesh topology use a single cable to connect all devices in linear sequence. And option D, in mesh topology device communicate only through a central router. What do you think is correct? Let's go through the option. Option A says in a mesh topology devices are connected in star-like arrangement. This is wrong. Why? Because it describes the star topology. It describes the star topology. So in star topology all devices connect to the central hub or switch. Imagine a classroom where all students pass their note to the teacher and then the teacher distribute them to other. That is what a star topology is all about. In mesh topology a student can pass note directly to each other without depending on the teacher, right? So this is wrong. Option number B says in mesh topology connect each device to every other device providing multiple paths for data transmission. What do you think? This is correct. What happened in mesh topology? That every device is connected to every other device. This allow multiple redundant paths. So here the keyword is it allow, just let me write it down. It allow multiple redundant path. For example, think of a city with multiple road between location. If one road is blocked, vehicle can take alternative route. Similarly, in mesh topology, data can travel through multiple paths, making it highly reliable. And option C say that mesh topology uses a single cable to connect all devices in a linear sequence. Is it true? No, because it describes the bus topology. It does not describe mesh topology. Why? Because mesh topology does not rely on a single cable. Instead, each device has multiple connections. Let me give you an example. For example, think of a bus topology as a train route. You can think of them like a train route with a single track. If the track breaks, the entire route stops working. Similarly, in mesh topology, it is like a city with multiple streets. If one is blocked, traffic can take another path. So since mesh topology does not use a single cable for all devices, this option is incorrect. And last we have, in mesh topology, device communicate only through a central router. Do you think it is correct? Is it true? No, because it describes a hybrid or a star network where communication happens through a central router or switch. In a mesh topology, it allows direct communication between devices without depending on a single router, right? So this is hybrid or a star topology. So in this question, we have gone through every type of topology possible: bus topology, mesh topology, star topology, hybrid topology. For example, let me give you an example for option number D. Imagine an office. You imagine an office. एक ऑफिस इमेजिन कीजिए जहाँ पे एम्प्लॉय जो है अपने मैनेजर तक बात कर सकते हैं, ठीक है, मैनेजर के थ्रू ही बात कर सकते हैं. दैट इज नॉट अ मेश टोपोलॉजी. इन मेश टोपोलॉजी दे कैन कम्युनिकेट डायरेक्टली विद द ईच अदर विदाउट वेटिंग फॉर द मैनेजर. सो व्हाट वी लर्न फ्रॉम दिस क्वेश्चन दैट इन मेश टोपोलॉजी एवरी डिवाइस कनेक्ट टू अनदर, right, creating multiple paths for data transmission, and it is highly reliable. It is fault tolerant because there are multiple alternative route available. And in mesh topology does not use a central hub like a star topology, neither it uses a single cable like the bus topology, right? So I hope this make your concept crystal clear. Let's see the next question. This question is regarding BSBDA account. So which of the following is a liability restriction for BSBDA account in the holder in the Indian banking system? Liability. So option A, holder must maintain minimum monthly balance of 500. Holder can open multiple BSBDA account across different bank. BSBDA holder cannot open any other saving bank account in the same bank where they hold BSBDA, and BSBDA holder are required to use only check for transaction above 10,000. What do you think? Please type your answer in the chat box. In the chat box, you please type your answer. Now let me explain what is the correct answer. Let's analyze each and every option. So option A say BSBDA holder must maintain a minimum monthly balance of 500. Is it true? No, it is not true, because a BSBD is a zero balance account, which means the account holder does not need to maintain any minimum balance. For example, imagine a small farmer open a BSBD account. Even if his account is balance is zero, the bank will not impose any penalty. Option B say BSBD holder can open multiple BSBD account across different bank. Is it true? Yes, it is true. Why it is true? Because a person can open multiple BSBDA, but only one per bank. In one bank he can open only one BSBDA. There is no restriction on opening BSBDA in different bank. For example, let's talk about Rahul. Rahul has BSBDA in bank A, right, and want to open another in bank B. This is allowed. However, he cannot open another BSBDA in bank A, right. Option C say BSBDA holder cannot open any other savings account in the same bank where they hold the BSBDA, right. So this is also true, because what it means, because if Sita open a BSBDA in bank X, she must close any existing saving account in the bank within 30 days. So this is a restriction. And option D say the BSBDA holder are required to use only check for transaction above 10,000. Is it true? No. What does it mean? It means that there is no restriction on check uses. BSBD can withdraw cash, use a debit card or electronic transaction without any obligation, right. So that is the point. So that is liability restriction for BSBD account. Now next question we have, if a check is deposited in bank A by the depositor and bank A sent to bank B for clearing, but the check is not presented for payment within 3 months, who held responsible for the payment check? Very nice question it is. Let's try to uncover it. सो क्वेश्चन है कि मान लीजिए कि आप जो है बैंक डिपॉजिटर ने बैंक ए में चेक डिपॉजिट किया, ठीक है, और बैंक ए ने उसे बैंक बी को भेज दिया इस चेक को, राइट, लेकिन चेक जो है पेमेंट के लिए प्रेजेंट नहीं हुआ 3 महीने के अंदर, तो कौन रिस्पॉन्सिबल होगा? डिपॉजिटर रिस्पॉन्सिबल as they fail to follow up within 3 months. Bank A is responsible as it failed to process the check in time. Bank B is responsible as it should have processed the check immediately. Neither bank nor the depositor is responsible as the check becomes stale after 3 months and cannot be processed the reversal. Tell me which is the answer. The correct answer is D. Neither bank nor the depositor is responsible, because in a banking, check is valid only for 3 months from the date of issuance. If it is not presented for payment within 3 months, it becomes stale. So once a check is stale, it cannot be cleared through a regular banking system. Neither the depositor nor the bank involved can process the payment, right? So that is the point. So DOR must revalidate it. Now under section 2 subsection 62 of the Companies Act, which of the following statement is true regarding one person company? One person company के regarding कौन सा option correct है? An OPC can have more than one member as long as it is within the same family. OPC is treated as public limited company by law. An OPC must have one person as member and another as nominee. OPC is exempted from nominating a second person. So option A says that OPC can have more than one member as long as it is within the same family. Is it true? No, it is not true. Because OPC का मतलब होता है एक person ही इसे खरीद सकता है. Only one person can own it. Even if the other person is a family member, they cannot be joint owner or co-member. For example, if Ramesh wants to start an OPC, he cannot add his wife or son as co-owner. Only one person is allowed to be the owner. So since this OPC cannot have multiple member, this option is incorrect. Option B, an OPC is treated as a public limited company by law. What does this mean? This is true? No, this is also not true. Because public limited company require a minimum of 7 member. Remember it. Public limited company में कम से कम 7 member चाहिए, लेकिन OPC के पास केवल 1 member होता है. So it cannot be classified as public company. So company like Reliance Industry or Infosys are public limited company, meaning they have multiple shareholder. And OPC is a different because it always treated as a private limited company under the law. Option C, an OPC must have only one person as a member and another as nominee. Correct, right? So the nominee is a backup person who takes over in case the original owner is unable to continue due to his death or incapacity. So suppose Ravi start an OPC. He must appoint a nominee like his brother or a friend. If something happens to Ravi, the nominee will take over the business. And option D say an OPC is exempted from nominating a secondary person. This is wrong. As per the Companies Act 2013, it mandates that every OPC must nominate a secondary person, right? So what we learned, OPC can have only one owner member, nominee is mandatory to take over, and OPC is always treated as a private limited company, and multiple owner are not allowed, because the name itself says that it is OPC. This means it is one person company, right? So friends, you can see that there are more question. I have almost 100 question available with me. If you want me to make explanation of rest question, please type yes in the comment section so that I will bring part 2 video. यदि आप चाहते हैं कि मैं इन सभी क्वेश्चन का भी आपको explanation provide करूं, तो आप प्लीज़ yes टाइप करें in comment section so that I can understand that you really want the part 2 video. And if you want any kind of study material for upcoming PPB examination or JAIIB examination, feel free to WhatsApp me on this particular number. So that's all for today. I again request you type yes in the comment section. I will feel that yes, this video was valuable for you, this was helpful for you. Thank you for attending the session. Thank you.